Hey everybody, this is Comic Book Man. I've just started a page. I've had a page for a while, but I really never put any content on it. But I like to say I love comics. I've been collecting comic books since I've been a little kid. But I had to quit, and I had to sell my comic book collection. But I've been collecting recently for the last 12 years. I specialize in, I'm more of a CGC comic book collector. Era comics, a lot of people think, era comics might not be their style or whatever, but I like collecting era comics because a lot of times they're a lot rarer than some of the comic books that were back in the 60s. And I love Marvel comics. I'm a big Marvel comic collector. But every week or every 2 weeks, whenever I get to post, I will be posting videos of the different kind of comics I got, different kind of era comics, and different kind of Marvel comics I have. Hello everybody. The first comic book that we're going to be talking about is an era comic book. It is Guardian of the Galaxy number 53. This has I'll say a unique label because now you don't see many comic books that have a different comic book, a few pages of a different comic book mixed in with one where it doesn't belong. I'm going to kind of explain that to you. What has happened, it was manufactured with 4 center wraps of X-Men Adventures Volume 2, Number 9. So they got mixed up on the printing press and put X-Men Adventures Volume 2, Number 9, the center wraps, 4 center wraps. So they lost the 4 center wraps that actually went to it. So you got 2 comic books in one. A lot of people say, I don't want that comic book because it messes up the story. But I say that's unique. The last time I looked, I hadn't checked recently, but I believe there's 2 copies of this on CGC consensus. And one of them is higher, I believe, than the one I have. Mine is let's see, what is mine? Let me look at it. Oh, it's 8.5. And there's one other one that's a little bit higher. But you consider that 2 comic books on CGC. I'm not saying there's not any more of them out there, but it's kind of hard to see. But it's still rare because you only got 2 of them on CGC. I think that's very neat. And you look at Amazing Spider-Man number 1 or Amazing Fantasy number 1. You can look at all of them, and it's very old comics, but you have more than 2 of those out there. So a lot of people don't collect era comics, but I think it's pretty neat because sometimes you can get some era comics for a pretty good price, and a lot of times people don't realize what they have, and you can find a steal on these comics. I have a whole bunch of them. I'll be talking in the future about double cover comics, triple cover comics. Then you got limited edition comics. There's all kinds of comics you can talk about, but I'll be explaining and telling you about things. If you don't have a whole lot of money to collect and you can't buy the big issues like Amazing Spider-Man 1, Incredible Hulk 1, Avengers 1, and all that, those real expensive comics, start collecting era comics, double cover comics. You can start collecting them before other people start finding out about them. But this is the end of this video, and I know it's just one comic, but I got more, and I'll do a little better next time because I'm new at this. But please, if you can, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to comment and tell me and help me out here because I'm kind of new at this, you can, but keep your comments respectful, if you can, and I'll be glad to have you as a subscriber, and keep collecting those comics.